position and slow it down, and his legs begin to shake. Now, this is a person that would come in regularly every week and could easily put 315 on the squat rack and go. All right, so it is, what is it? We are live. It is Tuesday. So today, first day of the Armor program, part 3. So the reason for part 3, for those of you who do not know or who have not been following, is because we are still bulking. We're putting on that quality size, and you want memory muscle. So when you do decide to cut, you actually allow, that's where the memory muscle comes in. You keep it, you maintain it, you don't lose it. So this journey that I'm on is to stay bulking until 2022, which is when I will decide when it's time to cut, depending on how this progress goes. Right now, I am still the same after weighing myself, which is not a bad thing. So the good thing from that is, your body is still it's taking in that memory muscle. So that's the beauty of it. It's taking in that memory muscle, and it is that means when I do decide to cut, sorry about that. When I do decide to cut, that's when the muscle is still there, the weight is still there, because my weight is not changing, it's not dropping. So that's a good thing, that's a positive thing. So it's not going to be easy, it's a piece of cake. It's not a piece of cake, it's not going to be easy. It takes time, patience, and you have to stay focused and stay the course. So that's what we're doing, which is why after having a month of downtime training, we are now, starting part 3. So today was day 1. Most people start on Monday. Some people start on Sunday. I start on Tuesday. That's just me. And today we worked on our traps. You see up there? We got them, we got them to where we want them. So we worked on those today. Nutrition is on point. I'm already 2 meals in. It is a little after 10 in the morning. So, a lot of people have to, really have that goal and understand what it is you want to do. Again, the reason why I'm jumping on today was to let you know that it has started today. For those of you who do want to put on size and get quality size, not just get big, because again, if you do not let it sit, if you just cut after about a month or 6 weeks or something like that, you will not retain that muscle. If you want, just like I said, go to the website, and we can work with you. I can work with you individually, or you could check it out on YouTube. There's plenty of info on YouTube where you can check out the videos and the playlist, and it goes into detail. I have different variations of videos like this where we're talking, and you also see some weight training as well. So different variations for you to, depending on the person, because everyone does not like to be out in the open about what their fitness goals are. Totally understand that. But again, this is being done to help those, anybody, whether you want people to know, whether you don't want people to know, it's still there for you to grow. Um, like I said, you go to Iron Sacrifice website, or you can go to Iron Sacrifice, the actual site on YouTube as well. We're on Instagram too. Enough of that. Back to the reason why I jumped over, which I still have yet to get to that. The reason why I have jumped on is because I wanted to talk about range of motion. And the reason why I want to talk about range of motion is because there are people that have different variations and just throwing weights around. There's nothing wrong with that. Give me a second. Sorry about that again. Different variations. But proper training is what you want to do. You have your times where it's okay to actually just throw the weight. Again, it's depending on what the agenda is. Nothing wrong with that, but you also want to be able to have proper training. So I'll give you an example of one guy. I tell everybody about one guy at a gym I used to go to, where he would come in and he would do squats, and I mean racks. Like he would just pile the weight on. He would just climb and climb and climb. His motion never changed. It was always up, down, up and down, which that's fine because of if you're training for athletics. So over time we got to have a conversation. I asked him what he was training for. And he was saying like he wanted to get bigger because I noticed he was putting on more weight. He wanted to get stronger. So I'm like, if you want to get stronger, it's not by what you see on the plates. That's not, you want to get stronger over a period of time. So what I did was I have him take off the weights, put on what I know he could do, and I have him change his foot position and slow it down. And his legs begin to shake. Now, this is a person that would come in regularly every week and could easily put 315 on the squat rack and go to town. But with 135 slow, he was getting it, but it was bothering him. 225, because he didn't win. Again, the ego took over. He actually started, when I put 225, which was the second plate, he didn't want to skip and go, 10, quarter. He didn't want to do that. He just wanted to go straight to the next plate. All right, go to the next plate because he changed it, and his legs started shaking. And it showed him, I was like, that's strength. That's the stuff I had to learn. I didn't know this either. I used to just figure like if I could move this much weight, that's how strong I am. But the true definition of strength is to be able to get it in a slow and controlled form. So, in range of motion, like completely slowing it down, controlling it all the way down, and pushing it all the way up. That is range of motion. Same thing with inclines. Inclines, you have it, you push it all the way up. Most people would drop and then push, when you don't have to do that. So what you do is you take it off the rack, bring it down nice and slow, and then you contract your muscle and push it all the way up, put it back. It's a different range of motion. I've seen people that will come, and I showed one of my buddies that actually does not do the full range of motion. He was working something totally different. It was funny to see, but it worked for him. So, very important when you are training to be able to know what you want to do and have that proper range of motion. If you want to develop strength, you want to prevent injuries. And I'm still learning. Like I've had shoulder ROEs on both sides. And like I said, that's because you want to battle. So you get in there, you just can't believe, you just want to allow yourself to not, and you're like, I'm going again, and then that's the ego. So there's nothing wrong with battling, but you got to be smart. So um, that's why I wanted to jump on, really, was to give people that notion of when you're training, whatever part or exercise you're doing, make sure you get that proper range of motion. There's nothing wrong with lighting, taking off a little weight, because if you're trying to get stronger, you want the full range. If you want to do a curl, you want to make sure you come all the way down, come all the way up. Not saying that the other style of training where they say cheating, what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with that either. But if you say you're trying to get stronger, you need to slow it down to the weight you can do, not the weight that you maxed out on once or nothing like that. The weight you can do, slow and controlled reps. That's what you want to do. So, again, I want to thank everybody who is supporting, continuing to support. I'm seeing it's growing on all the platforms, connections everywhere to the Gas family as well. And like I said, proper range of motion. To the next video, have the best day ever.